Everybody seems to have forgotten Balthazar, Egonga, and his over 400 women leaked sex video. After he went to jail, the matter died out from social media. We later learned he was released. The story just disappeared. Nobody is talking about it anymore. But then there were those women and their families and their husbands who their marriages got ruined, their families scattered because of that single man called Balthazar Egonga. Here is a military officer, captain in the military, narrating how his wife's affair with Balthazar Egonga ruined their lives and their marriage. Listen and watch.
I will be showing you only 30.
He wanted to kill Balthazar Egonga.
I am Colonel Obiang MBA, a retired officer of the Equatorial Guinea Army.
I'm not showing you this video.
I served my country with unwavering loyalty for over 30 years, rising through the ranks, leading men into battle, and protecting the sovereignty of our nation. I have faced ambushes, political betrayals, and enemies plotting in the shadows. But in the end, it was not war or politics that broke me, it was my own wife and a man named Balthazar Egonga. I met Maria Esperanza when I was still a young officer in my 30s. She was beautiful, intelligent, and full of life. When I looked at her, I saw a future, a home, a family, a woman who would stand by my side through life storms. I married her, believing we would grow old together. For the first decade, everything seemed perfect. We built a family, raised our children, and lived comfortably. She was my queen, and I made sure she had everything she desired, a luxury, status, security. In return, I expected only one thing, loyalty. But over the years, there were warning signs I, like a fool, ignored. Maria always loved attention. Even when I gave her everything, it was never enough. When I was away on military assignments, she surrounded herself with admirers, always enjoying the company of men who flattered her. She dismissed them as just friends, and I, trusting her, let it go. What a mistake that was. Around 2022, I started hearing rumors about a man named Balthazar Egonga. He was not just an ordinary playboy, he was a predator, a man who thrived on seducing the wives of the rich and powerful. He had money, charm, and influence, but his greatest weapon was his ability to manipulate women. It was said that Balthazar had been with over 200 women, most of them married. But he didn't just sleep with them, he recorded everything. He kept these videos as trophies, sometimes using them for blackmail, sometimes just for his own twisted pleasure. I had heard whispers of military officers and politicians who had fallen victim to his games. Their marriages destroyed, their reputations ruined. I had even mocked them in private, thinking, how could a man allow his wife to be taken by another? I never imagined that one day, I would be one of them. One evening, as I sat in my office reviewing intelligence reports, I received an anonymous message on my phone. Colonel, watch your wife. She is meeting Balthazar Egonga in secret. At first, I refused to believe it. Maria had been my wife for 25 years. She was the mother of my children. How could she betray me? But the soldier in me told me to investigate. And so, I began watching her. She had become secretive, taking long phone calls in private, dressing up more often, and going out late at night with weak excuses. One evening, she told me she was visiting a sick cousin. My instincts told me otherwise. So, I followed her. She did not go to her cousin's house. She went to a luxury hotel in Malabo. I parked outside and waited. My heart pounded as I tried to tell myself, maybe it's nothing. But deep down, I knew the truth. After 2 hours, she walked out of the hotel with Balthazar Egonga. They laughed. She touched his arm like a young girl in. I realized. After his release,